Christopher Nolan has spent decades creating some of the most ambitious films in modern cinema. From Inception to Interstellar to the Odyssey, Nolan has built a reputation for being unique and bold. But outside the world of filmmaking, Nolan shares another passion that perfectly reflects his personality, and that is his taste in mechanical watches. His watches are connected to exploration, history, engineering, and most importantly, authenticity. So today, we're counting down Christopher Nolan's incredible watch collection, from his movies to his personal closet. So let's get started. Kicking off our list is one of the most famous Hamilton watches ever associated with Christopher Nolan, the Hamilton Khaki Field Murph from Interstellar. The watch was worn by Murph Cooper, played by Jessica Chastain, and became the connection between her and her father Cooper, played by Matthew McConaughey. And this is not simply a watch that appeared in a movie. It became part of the story itself. In Interstellar, directed by Christopher Nolan in 2014, time is not just a measurement. It is the central theme. The film explores relativity, time dilation, and the emotional consequences of being separated from loved ones across different points in time. And somehow, a simple mechanical watch became one of the most important objects in the entire movie. But what makes the watch even more fascinating is that it was not originally created as a commercial product. Hamilton designed a unique prototype specifically for the film. The watch featured a hidden message transmitted through the second hand using Morse code, a detail that became a major part of the movie's climax. After the success of Interstellar, Hamilton eventually released a production version known as the Khaki Field Murph. The watch features a 42mm stainless steel case, a size that gives it a classic field watch appearance. The black dial is clean and minimalist, featuring cathedral hands, Arabic numerals, and vintage-inspired styling. But the most recognizable detail is the second hand. Instead of a traditional smooth design, the tip features the word Eureka written in Morse code, a subtle reference to the film's storyline and the famous scientific expression meaning, "I have found it." Inside beats Hamilton's H10 automatic movement. Based on the ETA C07 architecture, the movement offers an impressive 80-hour power reserve and operates at 21,600 vibrations per hour. The watch is also water-resistant to 100 meters, making it practical for everyday wear. The stainless steel case is paired with a black leather strap, maintaining the vintage military-inspired character of the original design. With a retail price around $995, the Khaki Field Murph became one of Hamilton's most successful modern watches. But its importance goes beyond specifications, because this watch represents something rare in cinema. It is a reminder that sometimes the smallest details create the biggest emotional impact. And that idea perfectly represents Christopher Nolan's filmmaking style. But if the Murph represents the emotional side of Interstellar, the next watch represents the other side of space exploration, the side built for astronauts, scientists, and extreme environments. Taking the sixth spot is another Hamilton worn in Christopher Nolan's Interstellar, the Hamilton Khaki Pilot Day Date, famously associated with the character Cooper. Matthew McConaughey wore this masterpiece in the film, and it was the watch of a pilot and an explorer. And that is exactly where Hamilton's aviation history becomes important. Hamilton has been producing aviation watches since the early 20th century, supplying pilots with reliable instruments long before becoming one of Hollywood's favorite watch brands. For Interstellar, the Khaki Pilot Day Date was chosen because it matched Cooper's character perfectly. A former NASA pilot turned farmer, Cooper is someone who combines technical knowledge with a strong connection to exploration. The watch features a 42mm stainless steel case, giving it a strong wrist presence while maintaining the practical design expected from a pilot watch. The black dial focuses on maximum readability. Large Arabic numerals, sword-style hands, and luminous markers ensure that the time can be read instantly in almost any condition. The watch includes a day-date display at the 3 o'clock position, adding everyday practicality while keeping the aviation-inspired design intact. Inside beats Hamilton's H40 automatic movement. Based on the ETA 2834 architecture, the movement was modified by Hamilton to provide an extended 80-hour power reserve. It operates at 21,600 vibrations per hour and includes a date and day complication. A sapphire crystal on the front protects the movement, while the stainless steel case provides durability for daily adventures. Water resistance reaches 100 meters, making it suitable for normal activities despite its aviation roots. The watch is finished with a brown leather strap, creating a vintage explorer aesthetic. But just like many Hamilton watches connected to Nolan's films, the real importance is not only the specifications, it is the story. In Interstellar, time, exploration, and humanity's survival are connected, and Cooper's Hamilton becomes a quiet symbol of that mission. It is a tool watch for someone who is not searching for luxury, he is searching for answers. And that philosophy is exactly why Hamilton continues to appear in Nolan's films. But as cool and legendary as it is, the next watch takes Hamilton into an entirely different environment. Taking the 5th spot is one of the most stylish Hamilton watches ever created. The Hamilton Khaki Navy BeLOWZERO from Christopher Nolan's Tenet. John David Washington rocked this masterpiece in Tenet, and this watch was built for one reason: survival. When Nolan created Tenet, he imagined a world where time itself could move backward. A world of spies, secret technology, and impossible missions. And for a film like that, a normal dress watch simply would not work. The Khaki Navy BeLOWZERO was the perfect choice. Originally designed as a professional diving watch, the BeLOWZERO is built around extreme durability. The watch features a massive 46mm black PVD-coated titanium case, giving it a stealthy tactical appearance. The size is not just for style, it creates a strong, instrument-like presence inspired by military equipment. The black dial features large Arabic numerals, luminous markers, and a highly legible layout designed for maximum visibility. The watch includes a unidirectional rotating bezel and a helium escape valve, features normally associated with professional saturation diving watches. And the specifications are genuinely impressive. The watch is water-resistant up to 1,000 meters. That is an extraordinary depth rating, putting it among the most capable dive watches in Hamilton's history. The convex sapphire crystal provides scratch resistance and durability, while the screw-down crown helps maintain water protection. Inside beats Hamilton's H10 automatic movement. Based on the ETAC-07 architecture, it delivers an impressive 80-hour power reserve. It features a robust construction designed for reliability rather than unnecessary decoration. And that makes it perfect for the world of Tenet, because Nolan's characters are not interested in luxury, they need equipment that works. With a retail price around $2,095 and limited to only 888 pieces per color, its real value comes from its cinematic legacy. It became another example of Hamilton's ability to create watches that do more than tell time. They become part of the story. And for Christopher Nolan, that is exactly what matters. But we are only halfway through Christopher Nolan's incredible watch collection, because the next watches are where things become truly historic. So stay with us, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel, because the best is still coming. Taking the 4th spot is not just one watch. It is an entire collection of historical Hamilton timepieces created for Christopher Nolan's masterpiece, Oppenheimer. And this might be the most impressive example of Nolan's obsession with authenticity. Because when creating a film set during the 1930s and 1940s, Nolan did not want the actors wearing modern watches designed to look vintage. He wanted the real thing, actual watches from the exact era. And that decision perfectly represents the way Christopher Nolan approaches filmmaking. For him, authenticity is not a small detail, it is the foundation. The goal was simple. If the characters in Oppenheimer lived during that period, they should wear watches that actually existed during that period. And Hamilton was the perfect brand for this mission. Because during the early and mid-20th century, Hamilton was one of America's most respected watchmakers. The company was producing precision timepieces for professionals, military personnel, engineers, railroad workers, and scientists. Exactly the type of people represented in Oppenheimer. And Hamilton watches were already part of that world. One of the watches featured was the Hamilton Cushion B. The Cushion B represents the classic elegance of 1930s American watchmaking. Unlike modern oversized watches, this timepiece focused on proportion, refinement, and practicality. The watch features a cushion-shaped case, a design style that became extremely popular during the Art Deco era. The case is typically crafted from stainless steel or gold-filled materials, depending on the configuration. Its dial featured elegant Arabic numerals, small second subdials, and a highly refined layout designed for clarity. Inside, many cushion B models were powered by Hamilton's manual winding movements. These movements were known for their reliability and precision, helping establish Hamilton's reputation as one of America's finest watch manufacturers. Then there was the Hamilton Endicott. Named after the Endicott factory where Hamilton produced many of its movements, this watch represents the everyday elegance of mid-century American professionals. The Endicott featured a more traditional round case design, making it a versatile watch suitable for businessmen, scientists, and military officers. Its clean dial, slim profile, and practical proportions reflected the understated style of the era. The watch was powered by Hamilton's manual winding movements, designed for accuracy and long-term dependability. And then comes the Hamilton Lexington, perhaps one of Hamilton's most recognizable vintage dress watches. The Lexington represented the sophistication of the 1930s and 1940s. With its rectangular case, Art Deco influence, and elegant proportions, it perfectly captured the design language of the era. The watch was inspired by the growing popularity of geometric forms during the Art Deco movement. Sharp lines, symmetrical layouts, and architectural influences dominated design during this period, and the Lexington brought those ideas directly to the wrist. Inside, it featured Hamilton's precision manual winding movements, built to the company's extremely high standards. But what makes these watches truly special is not just their specifications, it is their historical connection. Christopher Nolan could have easily used modern Hamilton watches designed to look old, but Nolan went further. He sourced genuine vintage watches from collectors because he wanted every detail of Oppenheimer to feel like it belonged to that moment in history. And that decision reveals something important about Nolan's creative philosophy. He does not simply recreate history, he immerses audiences inside it. These Hamilton watches were not accessories, they were historical artifacts, and that is why they deserve a place on this list. Because they represent the perfect connection between Hamilton's past and Nolan's obsession with truth. But after looking back at Hamilton's history, the next watch brings us into the future. A watch created specifically for Christopher Nolan's newest cinematic world. Coming in at number 3 is the newest chapter in Christopher Nolan and Hamilton's cinematic partnership, the Hamilton Khaki Field Auto The Odyssey Limited Edition. After decades of collaboration between Hamilton and Hollywood, this watch represents something unique. Although it was a tribute piece and not worn in the film, it is a watch created around the vision of Christopher Nolan himself. Inspired by Nolan's epic adaptation of Homer's legendary poem The Odyssey, this limited edition Hamilton combines ancient storytelling with modern mechanical watchmaking. And that combination perfectly fits Nolan's style. The watch is based on Hamilton's Khaki Field Collection, a line known for military-inspired durability and practical design. Crafted in bronze and limited to 2,112 pieces, the watch features design details inspired by the hero's helmet and sword, paired with a rugged leather strap and an engraved titanium case back displaying Nolan's signature. And the number 12 is significant, because there were 12 ships and 12 axe heads in the story, tying the edition directly to the poem itself. The case measures 42 millimeters, giving it a classic field watch proportion inspired by military watches of the past. The design is intentionally understated. A black dial provides maximum legibility with large Arabic numerals, luminous markers, and a clean layout focused on function. Inside beats Hamilton's H10 automatic movement. One of Hamilton's most successful modern calibers, the H10 provides an impressive 80-hour power reserve. It operates at 21,600 vibrations per hour and includes a Neva-Cron balance spring for improved magnetic resistance. The movement represents the evolution of Hamilton's traditional mechanical expertise, a direct connection between the company's military past and modern engineering. The watch is paired with a rugged strap, reinforcing its explorer character, and that is exactly why it fits the Odyssey. But beyond the specifications, this watch represents something much bigger. It shows how Hamilton has transformed itself from a traditional American watchmaker into one of cinema's most important watch partners. From Interstellar to Tenet to Oppenheimer, and now the Odyssey, Hamilton watches have become part of Nolan's storytelling language. But as impressive as this modern collaboration is, The next watch takes us back nearly a century to one of Hamilton's most legendary designs. Taking the runner-up spot is one of the most historically important Hamilton watches ever created, the legendary Hamilton Piping Rock. In Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer, Matt Damon wore it as Lieutenant General Leslie Groves. And this is where Hamilton's heritage becomes truly fascinating. Because before Hamilton became famous for Hollywood collaborations and military watches, it was already creating some of the most innovative designs in American watchmaking. The Piping Rock was introduced in 1928 during the height of the Art Deco movement, making it one of Hamilton's most popular models. It was originally produced through 1935 with a 6-0-sized 19-jewel 979 movement. The solid 14-karat gold case came in yellow or white gold and had flexible lugs. The dial has only a minute track and a sub-seconds register. The Roman numerals for the hour markers were defined by a black enamel band applied directly to the case. And the Piping Rock was unlike anything Hamilton had produced before. The first thing you notice is the case. Unlike traditional round watches, the Piping Rock is a round dial set in a tonneau, cushion-shaped frame. And its crown sits in the standard right-side placement, creating one of the most distinctive silhouettes in Hamilton's history. And almost a century later, it still looks unique. Its elegant dial featured bold numerals, railroad-style minute tracks, and a small second sub-dial, combining Art Deco aesthetics with practical readability. Inside, the watch was powered by Hamilton's famous manual winding movements. These movements were known for their reliability and precision, continuing Hamilton's tradition of producing high-quality American calibers. But the Piping Rock's importance goes beyond mechanics. It represents a turning point in watch design, one that would eventually lead Hamilton toward cinematic collaborations decades later. Because when you look at Nolan's favorite Hamilton watches, there is a clear pattern. He chooses watches with stories. The Piping Rock has a story. It represents innovation. It represents a moment when Hamilton challenged traditional design. And it represents the same creative courage that defines Nolan's films. It represents a moment when watchmaking became storytelling. And that is exactly why it belongs near the top of Christopher Nolan's watch collection. But even this legendary Art Deco masterpiece cannot take the #1 position, because the final watch is not just a Hamilton, it is the beginning of Hamilton's military legacy. The #1 watch that made the cut to our list is one of Hamilton's most historically significant timepieces ever created, the Lady Hamilton A2. In Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer, Emily Blunt, as Catherine Kitty Oppenheimer, wears a vintage 1947 Lady Hamilton A2. And while it may not be the most expensive watch on this list, it represents something far more important: legacy. Before Hamilton became connected with Hollywood filmmakers, astronauts, and cinematic storytelling, it was a company built around precision. The company became one of the most important American manufacturers, providing reliable timepieces during World War II. Its compact case design made it suitable for everyday use, while its highly readable dial allowed soldiers and pilots to quickly check the time in difficult conditions. The watch features a 14-karat white gold case, luminous hands and markers, and a design focused entirely on function. Inside, it was powered by Hamilton's manual winding movements, including movements from the brand's trusted 980 and 987 families. These calibers were famous for accuracy, durability, and reliability. The Lady Hamilton name also reflects another important chapter in Hamilton's history. The company produced elegant women's watches during the same era, combining precision engineering with refined design. And that versatility is what made Hamilton special. The Lady Hamilton A2 represents the foundation of everything Hamilton would eventually become. The same commitment to precision that created military watches would later create aviation watches. Those aviation watches would eventually appear in films. And those cinematic collaborations would bring Hamilton together with filmmakers like Christopher Nolan. The connection is almost poetic. So, Christopher Nolan's watch collection is not really about luxury. It is about history, and it is about pieces that carry stories through generations. The Lady Hamilton A2 represents where Hamilton started, and the modern Hamilton watches connected to Nolan represent where the brand continues to go. And there you have it, Christopher Nolan's incredible watch collection. Unlike many celebrity collections built around expensive materials and status symbols, Nolan's watches reveal something much deeper. Every watch has a purpose, every watch has a story, and perhaps that is why Hamilton became the perfect watch partner for one of cinema's greatest storytellers. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments. Which Hamilton watch from Christopher Nolan's collection surprised you the most? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.